Hey friends, we started this channel to help you make money, and this is our take on multiple source of income, and this is our honest take on it. Let's go. Bring your retirement nearer.
Yeah. Are you building a business or a side hustle? Put yourself on an extreme challenge.
YouTube is one of the toughest things I've ever done.
I have never seen myself as a YouTuber.
Once you get it right, it is very rewarding.
What do you want to do on this farm?
Farming? Or Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cafe Money. Obviously, there's Ken, Qiuyu, me, and today we have a special guest, which is Double. Double is here with us in the scene, and then of course there's Pepple somewhere around. But anyway, today we're going to talk about multiple source of income. You know, it's such a big searchable topic right now on YouTube. People saying like making like money everywhere, multiple source and all. So we're going to share some truth, some myth, our take on it, and some of the ways that maybe you can consider making multiple source from it. What is multiple source of income?
This kind of income should be on top of your day job that you have or your little side hustle. Like how do you use the extra time to earn money? Most people like to use the extra time to sleep, Netflix, to whatever, you know. But
hang out with friends and stuff.
Yeah, hang out with friends and stuff. But if you want that extra push, extra growth, you want a little bit more money, sometimes you need it.
Yeah, you want to accelerate your income growth, right? You need to do something else.
Bring your retirement nearer.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of side hustle, a little bit of like passive way, and also about accelerating to shorten your retirement. So that's our focus when it comes to multiple source of income. So what are the ways that y'all have been seeing it around, and what are some truth and some myth on it?
The first one I hear a lot about is drop shipping. Okay, so what is drop shipping? You buy from this supplier on AliExpress and you sell it on Amazon, so you earn the difference. We call that the arbitrage game. I think that is pretty shitty. I've been into it before. Usually some people will post it on Shopify and stuff, that whole drop shipping scene. I don't like that game. What are you value adding? You're just trying to outprice other people and advertise and optimize the whole thing. You know, the value you contribute to the world is pretty shit.
It's a countdown game.
Yeah.
Because if you find a champion product, it's countdown because this price squeeze, Facebook ads increase.
Yeah.
And lastly, more and more people might jump into it. So unlike a conventional business where there's compounding effect, actually this is a countdown. That means it's actually, what do you call the opposite of compounding? Okay, in fact, it's negative compounding. That means it's accelerating to zero and margin team.
You need a team to SEO, to optimize, to find the right product, to check, do market research.
Yeah, and I know that you need to actually do a lot of research, even though there's a lot of software out there that's claimed that they can help you find the most optimal product for you to start selling, right? But I think there's a lot of research and effort to be put into this to find that product, and sometimes by the time you jump in, you already miss the hype.
Bandwagon.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's bad, but a route that I wouldn't want to go because I don't see any long-term effect. Actually, there's this new thing that came up. I'm not too sure if it's sustainable, but it sounds a lot better. We call that drop servicing. So let's say, for example, instead of selling a product, you're selling a service. So what's your risk? Nothing, it's just your service.
Yeah.
So what does drop servicing do is, like, let's say I provide video editing service under my face, but at the back end, I get cheaper people to edit the video for me. So I can have a team of 10 people, which I can probably outsource from Fiverr or some other platforms. And I get a job under my name, which is my quality, my reputation, and I outsource it to somebody else to do it.
Yeah,
and there's
like
a lot more
outsourcing the
money.
fulfillment.
So outsourcing the fulfillment, and there's a lot more money made. The ROI is a lot higher because it's a service, it's not a product. And people can, service, there's a higher ROI.
Yeah. I mean, the cost generally might be lower, and there's no inventory holding, I guess. Let's say something good about dropshipping to me is a very good way to test a field or a category. But my take is that if you are truly not passionate about the business, whether is it a champion product or not champion product, you're going to dwindle away with the hard work comes in, right? So my take is, but is it a very good research tool to see what field or what product people are buying and all? I think it's pretty good, right? Yeah, so I mean, you can do direct on your general store, or you can do it through Amazon fulfillment by adding some differences in your product. But then again, it's not exactly free. The startup capital is there. It's not as simple as what people think it may be.
As simple as it sounds, it's not so simple.
Yeah. So that's the pretty most common method that we hear about making income online. Doing it as part time as well. So what are the other ways you see before Qiuyu? Or have you been like side hustling?
Definitely lah. And the truth is this, right? Like at that point in time, I didn't even realize I was side hustling.
Cool.
So what I did was, I think you guys might already know that I was previously teaching in primary school, and I've been in that career for about like 7-8 years of my life. And during this time, right, I was actually giving tuition as well, so being a tutor. So instead of like just relaxing on my Saturdays and Sundays, I actually do spend my weekend giving tuition to other kids, like private. And to be honest, the pay is quite good. That's how I get to save
in Singapore. I'm not too sure about overseas.
Yeah, and that's how I get to save additional money. You know, my weekend tuition, right? The amount I earn every month is almost at least half of my day job pay over that 2 days of weekends. So it's actually a lot. Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, adding to that, let's say you're passionate about something, you like to do something. Why not teach? You know, it's pretty good side hustle.
And to me, it's very simple. It's like an overspill of what I have already been doing daily at my daily work, and then I just overspill it over the weekend and just give that tuition for maybe a few hours, and I earn that extra income for me to, you know, save faster.
What I want to say is something very interesting. So we didn't prepare this, but I want to ask you guys for your opinion. So in the States right now, it's super big. It's not common in Singapore. Is this platform called OnlyFans?
What's
sounds
that?
familiar.
What's that?
It's like a porn subscription plan, literally. So what does it mean?
Oh, that's where I heard it from. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So literally right now,
What do you mean?
there's a lot of people, Instagram influencer, not like porn star, like Instagram influencer, right? They're creating their own OnlyFans account. So you pay for a subscription to get exclusive content. It's more revealing or stuff like that.
Cool.
And people are making like shitloads of money, or like thousands and thousands for showing their private assets.
Wait, what is pornography?
I won't say it's not pornography. So I'll just be very clear. I apologize if it's wrong, but it's not pornography. Okay, so it's you sharing exclusive, non-public content to your followers.
More skin, more skin in the game.
Yeah, boy.
And people pay, so their fans pay additional money to subscribe to their channel so that they can see and watch all this exclusive content.
Yeah, exclusive content.
I got nothing to show.
So okay.
I'm totally speechless.
Can you imagine if Ken Tang have a OnlyFans account?
Cool. Maybe
How many of you are subscribed to Ken Tang's OnlyFans account? Please comment at the bottom, right? We're quite crazy, but you know, it's not just for ladies. There's a lot of like guy influencer,
But what do the guys show?
skin in the game.
Oh yeah. Actually, there's this story. I remember where I heard it from. My gym instructor was telling me that in this gym we always see this person there, and she pays top dollar for the best gym instructor, like $200 per hour. So he was telling me that actually her day job is OnlyFans. So that was where I heard it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So people are making like just showing exclusive content.
But what about Benny? I throw it back to you. Will you do it?
He's contemplating.
I
Don't
no,
do
no.
it, man.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
do it,
thinking
man.
how to answer this question because
Maybe yes.
I'm very worried about the young people doing it.
Oh.
Because what happens if you want to switch career?
You just
You-
keep
you are-
modifying yourself to look younger.
No, but
You mean the
it's-
implication of
the implication?
of it?
So you stop your OnlyFans. Finally, if you want to settle down on a different career, then this is your legacy. I don't know. Does it affect your?
No, I think it's
Resume?
fine. Because your
Ken is so liberal, man.
I mean, your next employer is not going to know that you're
Maybe your next employer
it's
is
your
a
OnlyFans subscriber.
Yeah, okay. I mean, but if they do take offense to it, you go to the next employer. Like even for my channel, people think that I have a lot of eyes on me, or I may sometimes think I have a lot of eyes on me. But the truth is, the world is so big. I'm just a drop in the entire ocean. I'm just that small. So I think you don't need to worry too much about how you look.
Yeah.
And just be a good person. But I mean, talking about OnlyFans.
But this is like a big one. I mean, like the most talked about right now, you know, and it's creeping into Singapore.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's creeping into Singapore. Like there are Singaporeans going to do OnlyFans and all this stuff. Like it's gonna happen in like
Because we
in
are
months.
not allowed to do pornography in Singapore. Like Pornhub is banned here, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's what they call exclusive content. You know what I mean? It's to each his own to interpret what is exclusive, right?
I'll update my to-do list now.
Yeah, boy.
I totally have no ideas. Maybe I should go and check it out and see what's it all about.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like...
Okay, we're not telling you a side hustle to
No. We are discussing, yes, please, guys.
And we are discussing OnlyFans.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh,
So I
sorry.
but I mean, we have to cover it, right? Because it's like a big thing that's going on right now. It's going to happen in Singapore shores very soon in Southeast Asia, right? So it's something that you're going to talk about.
Maybe after this, the amount of people joining OnlyFans will be more.
I mean, we are not getting endorsement fee from me, by the way, guys. Yeah, but anyway, so we talk about like side hustle. What's very interesting is that I see a very cool thing done by Tim Ferriss from 4-Hour Work Week.
No, good.
I read that book.
Maybe I can share this. It's quite cool. So what they do is that they have a full-time job. Please do not do that if you're working under me. Thank you very much. So they get a full-time job, right? So they didn't outsource. So the outsource is very old school. It's like, you outsource is very old school. So they then make their full-time job part-time by reducing the salary, say having lesser commitment and stuff like that, right? So they don't report to the office. Then they go and take another full-time. Then they go and take another full-time job. And then now they have dual income. So you get my point here, right? Because now you are so irreplaceable in your current job. Because the moment you leave this SME, they will still need your service to follow up with. Because SMEs, small companies are very small, right? So they will rather pay you part-time to keep you in the company. But then you can outsource the job at the back of it. But now you have dual income. And then imagine you repeat that every 4-5 year cycle. Can you imagine that? So you become irreplaceable, negotiate for a part-time role. You get it, or offshore role or stay-home role.
Yeah.
Getting 2/3 of the pay, half the pay, and then you jump onto another job. Booms, man.
Yeah.
You have like 3-4 income working from home, man. I mean, like that's pretty badass. And I've seen that happening in so many mid-management positions.
I see.
Because the company think that they're irreplaceable. So they say, you know what, I have to do a part-time because I have my own commitment, right? Booms, multiple part-time job.
Not too sure how that is going to work out though. Like, I mean, like if you're part-time, the workload is still going to be there, right? And you got to spend that amount of time to complete your task.
But then
but
now you free up, you see.
Yeah.
You're from home.
That's one way to earn more money. It's good.
Yeah.
That's a good side hustle. Yeah.
Yeah. Like not in short, it's not about side. It's converting your real job to be a
Side hustle.
a side hustle.
I
I thought
think
that's something
good
I've been seeing people doing in the modern world right now, because I think people are going to this KPI objective-based career right now. The people are not so like sensitive about like you have to report to work at what time and then end at what time and all. So I think the world is changing. Jobs might be given out, contracts are like this, and more flexibility equals to you having more options to do things as
I think on the bigger scale, companies also prefer more flexibility. I mean, they do not want to like contract the staff. It could be more expensive to a certain
So they
sector.
rather, but of course you stand the risk of you being replaceable. I mean, if you are really truly replaceable, then you're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Yeah.
Because after 1 month later, say, you know what, I don't need you. Once I found my full-timer, right, you're gone. So I'm just advising, please don't do it if you've got no clue how to do it. But this is just what people is doing right now. I think, so I think starting a business as a side hustle is a very dangerous move. So let's talk about multiple sources of income, like in another opinion. Because how I see it is that, you might be so focused in multiple that you forget that generally if you were to take more time to build one more source is way more important.
Yeah.
You've seen so many conversations about multiple source, affiliate marketing, this and that, right? But if none of them actually yield any outcome, right, it's worse. What do you all think?
I tried that before. Like when I was having my full-time job, I tried to do like some e-commerce and even tried to be like a photographer. Like that's the photo booth business, right? Something easy. I just don't really have the time to focus on the business itself, and then it just go off. No more.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's the issue, right? I mean, like multiple source, right? It could be just multiple hobby that doesn't adds up to something. Yeah.
I think there's one more place you could earn money from. It's like most of us, we are passionate about something or certain product that we have. So I would call that affiliate marketing, where you really like the product, you think the product gives good value, you are not screwing over the people that you care about, and you recommend the product, and you can get a bit of fees from that. I know a lot of people who earns a lot of money from affiliate marketing, and who knows, because you love the product and you sell the product pretty well, the company may end up employing you and end up working for a company that you like
something. Yeah, it can be like a former ambassador.
So that's a pretty cool route to take. That is just one alternative. Is there anything that you like and passionate about?
What do you think about becoming a YouTuber?
Depends what are your goals. my goals were just pure, like I didn't know I would become famous.
Let's face the fact. We have a small traction. Thank you for you guys who are watching at home in Cafe Money.
Thank you guys.
And thank you to Chicken Genius for obviously the initial traction. Let's be honest, right? But we have some small traction going on here. But really, to see this as an income replacement for three of us is a joke. You really have to.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Oh man, look at that, man! But smashing YouTube money, like, guys. Come on, like it's really no money. Like it's so little.
They probably think that we are just like three of us sitting down here, just chit chat.
We make like tons of money, guys. That's so far from reality, right? I think maybe over time it is, but we talk about like Juno at the back right now, like literally right now producing this, and all. You really had to start off from a very passionate point of view about it, and then going forward. I mean, the best way to make YouTube money is definitely from product.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
Sell
If you were to sell like a Cafe Money t-shirt or buy the dips and stuff like that, and don't be a donkey, I mean, maybe then that's where the real money is, but we are not doing it. So I think it's nothing wrong doing it. I want to make it very clear as well. It's really nothing wrong doing it. It's personal decision, but we're not doing it. I think we just want to really share our opinion first to see where this goes. We had some fun here and all. That's how we stay relevant in ourselves and our community as well. But to work with views, I mean,
I probably maybe I want to give you some tips if you want to start a YouTube channel. If it could be a side hustle, let's say if you are good at it, but the road to be really successful, let me tell you, is a lot of work. You must genuinely like people to actually start this YouTube channel because it's so pain along the way. I started a lot of businesses. YouTube is one of the toughest things I've ever done. People think that I talk in front of the camera is pretty easy, but the amount of content, the amount of research I go into it, the amount of time editing, preparing, everything I do myself is a pain. So you need to genuinely like to help people to actually start this whole YouTube. So as a side hustle, to become a full-time thing, yes, it's possible, but you need certain characteristics in you to really love what you do, or not, you're just going to get burnt out.
My advice for people doing YouTube is this. I give so many people this advice, but they just don't have the grit to do it. It's so important to do it. Advice is about do it, right? Is that put yourself on an extreme challenge. That's very important. So if you are nobody right now, and if you really want to make it in YouTube, right, put yourself in an extreme challenge. I've told people this, and of course, these people end up getting viral from doing it. And some, I've told them so many times that they still don't do it. So I give you an example. It will be like, if you can go out there and say making 10K doing Uber Eats or like Grab food, and then you really cycle till you drop. That means that you really deliver, and then push it to the extreme, right? I think a lot of people will watch. How do you make like 10K doing this, right? Which is almost impossible, but you just push along the way. There's that transformation is a very good journey to get started as well. But I think you have to subscribe yourself to a certain prolific opinion or extremity on the experiment in a way, right? So people, there's a reason to follow. I mean, if it's just showing up and then just not being very clear about what you're doing, then it's going to be a very tough journey. If you want to make a living, I'm talking about if you want to make a quick living out from it. Of course, we have the latest Mr. Beast trend and all this stuff. Qiuyu, what do you think?
I had never seen myself as a YouTuber.
But now you're in YouTube, no?
I'm just doing this for fun. So I don't consider myself as a YouTuber. It's really just doing this for fun. I don't consider this as a side hustle because it's not earning me any money. So it's nothing. It's just doing for fun. So back to the topic of having multiple sources of income. If you're thinking of using YouTube as a side hustle or even transition from your main job to being a full-time YouTuber, I think there is a lot of effort needs to be put in. So if I were to make a decision personally, if I just want multiple source of income with a full-time job, right, I'll choose something easier, something that just 1 or 2 hours and I get paid a few hundred. It's straightforward, it's transactional, and I don't need to think about the amount of effort I need to put in, and then the rest of the time I really can rest, because I think resting is also very important, right?
Actually, you're right. The distinction is to understand, are you building a business or a side hustle? Because side hustle, you can be a barista. It could be a part-time job. I mean, you learn it quick. The per hourly rate is quite high if you're a good barista. Go in with the hour, get out, done. If you're not clear, you'll be like, I want to make money, but at the same time, I want to make this into big. I also want to make this into a career transition move and all that. It's going to be so confusing.
So, right? Remember I told you I was doing tuition in my early 20s. My objective was very clear. The tuition money is supposed to replace it for my monthly expenses, so I don't spend out of it, so that I can save the rest of my salary.
Cool. There's one more thing I could give a tip to all you guys that you guys can actually do. For example, I have a studio to record my YouTube videos. Let's say, for example, I decide to rent my studio out. So my rental is a few $1,000s a month. You know that in Singapore, you rent the studio is minimally like $400 a day.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, right now, minimally.
A day? No. A day is 1,000 or something like that. Like 3 hours for 400 right now or something like 5 hours.
I found the worst. For a day is like 400.
Okay, that's the worst. Okay, that's the
worst
bottom
shit
line,
studio.
yeah.
So if you think about it, you could literally like make a profit renting your studio. Like for me, I use the YouTube studio maybe once or twice a week. The rest of the 5 days, I could rent it out and I got pretty good income. I just don't want to because I don't need it, you know. Like
Yes.
These are a lot of options for you guys. And I also heard, I mean, now it's not really relevant, but people used to rent an whole entire Airbnb apartment and they rent out room by room separately. Yeah,
Sublet.
Yeah, subletting.
Rent to rent. It's a very dangerous business.
Yep.
Really?
It's very
Tell me.
dangerous.
Why?
Because it's the worst business model that has been preached,
Serious?
especially in Singapore right now. It's the worst. If you rent a place for say $3,000 and you can rent out by rooms and you make a passive income of 4,000, which is a joke because you only make a passive income of 1,000, but it's a lot of hard work, right? But think about this. Imagine, right, if one tenant move out, you are break even. If two move out, you are at a loss. So what does it mean? Your risk exposure, right, is going to be so huge to make that little bit of margin. Even though you have no upfront cash and blah, 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 it's just rental, right? But it doesn't make sense. The risk-reward ratio don't count.
Unless you don't do rent to rent, you buy to rent.
Yes, you buy to rent out as rooms.
Ah.
It's very easy to break even on your mortgage. Even if you have 2 rooms that's empty, so it's a completely different game.
And if you own the property,
Yes.
you also earn through the capital appreciation over
Exactly.
over the years,
No, so even
right?
you're burning that, there's so many ways to recover because you own the property, right? So the worst marketing and advertisement I see is this crap rent to rent nonsense, right? But guys, please
Maybe it
avoid
work for
man.
some people, but for me,
You
I
work for
personally,
you work for nobody.
nobody.
Yeah.
I personally see that it's a lot of effort, so there's nothing really so passive about it because you need to manage a few
Yeah.
tenants at the same time, and if they don't get along, how are you going to like?
So you
separate
see,
them
you're gonna
or-
manage a tenant. You're gonna maybe do up the room. You're gonna stage a room. You're gonna buy the.
You gotta do the
blah, 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 right?
partitioning.
Just start a business. Just start a proper business. You get it? Yeah. They don't do this because it's so dangerous. Someone say, "Oh, but Benny, you don't know how to do. That's why you don't get out." Come on, I've seen the industry inside out. But speaking of which, maybe I ask you guys, what are the things that you guys recently invest in that gives you positive cash flow or passive income or income stream? Are y'all into this recently? Like, have y'all invested in anything?
I'm not really a cash flow person. Like I don't really like dividend shit because companies that give dividend means they do not know how to use revenue to grow their company. Means they're kind of stagnant. I prefer growth. So usual Tesla, Palantir. Now it's nano coin, nano crypto. I believe it's like over Bitcoin.
Cool.
I need to. Nano coin is instant, so I could send you money instantly. So this is the amount of coins I have, and this is the value. Yeah.
No sharing?
No sharing. But basically, I can just instantly send you. Because Bitcoin, you need to wait sometimes 1 hour, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And Ethereum, all this, the gas fees are high. So I send you money now. There's no transaction fee, zero. I can send my money across states or to Africa, zero transaction fees, instantly across, secure.
Wow.
Yeah, this is groundbreaking technology.
Honestly, I'm not exposed to it. I watched that video, but I'm not exposed to it. But people can buy through Binance and all that. Like,
Yeah, Binance. Yeah.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So that's my latest thing. I believe this is like my next Tesla moment.
I have been hunting for a new property to buy recently. So recently, just last week or a few days ago, I managed to find and negotiate one that I really like and I think is going to be giving me good returns. So I just gave the down payment for one property.
what's the rental yield that you're expecting?
The rental yield is because it's a residential property. The rental is about 3.9%.
Wow, that's very
which
high
is
for
considered
Singapore.
pretty high for
That's a
Singapore
high.
residents.
It's high for Singapore.
Yes, it
Good
is high
job
for Singapore.
there.
Yeah.
Good job
You
there.
get 1-2%, you're like average, and you could break even. You are like
in Singapore residents, the rental yield is right about say 3.2, 3 to 3.5
really?
is considered not too bad already.
3.9?
So usually in Singapore it's about 3%. This one is about 3.9 because of the
Resi.
low. Yeah, it's a resi.
sorry, I thought most Singapore properties are like break even. You could
two
your
or
mortgage
three.
and your rental break
Yes,
even. You're
most
fine.
of the time it's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
break even. So this one does give me a little bit of positive cash flow, but it's not
so
really
hard.
a lot.
Minus
So
away the MCSD and all that.
yeah,
like,
everything.
wow,
So,
that's
but
so
I'm
good,
like
yeah.
Ken lah. I'm not really I'm not so focused about the cash flow, more about the growth and the potential of selling it off the next time, and of course the principal that I can earn from the rental.
Okay, so I'm gonna share this, right? So
Yeah, what about you?
I invested and I rented a farm.
What?
You have sheep inside there.
like a
goats?
land, like a farm in Singapore. Yeah. So
Wait, a farmland, a
Yeah,
little
Singapore.
land, a piece of land in Singapore.
yeah, like a tiny land, guys. But guys,
Danny
we set
the
an
farmer.
expectation.
No,
yeah,
what do you want to do on this farm?
farming? Or no?
You want to be
farming.
like a
What? No, I mean,
wait, farm crypto.
yeah, no, it's crypto mine. No, it's like real farming. I think Singapore have a big mission about like having green supplies and all. I think following that trend, that farm will be a proof of concept for me, and hopefully can get a bigger land in future. Right? But yeah, so that's my
And
next
it's
investment.
Cool.
And you grow your vegetables, you can sell there, and that is multiple source of income.
Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah. And also maybe I can eat my own fresh greens. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So that's just a fun small project that we are doing by the side for fun. But you know, guys, don't do such stupid investment like me. But
Actually, I think it's quite good. Actually, I see a lot of people selling this on Singapore's platform. It's called Carousel. Australia is Gumtree. You know, they sell their own produce, and that's a good source of income.
on the direction of Singapore, I think is a big thing about like sustainable, about self-produced. So that's what I do. But I think one of the big things that I do that I think is very important, if you want to talk about like multiple sources of income, is this thing called deal broking.
Huh?
What?
What?
Deal broking.
What's deal broking?
You have a lot of network, and if your friend want to have this service, you can refer this to this. You can always make a cut and a commission from it. If you want so, I don't do.
Deal broking.
Yeah, you just broke the deal, right? You say, hey, I bring this deal to this person, a buyer to a seller. Make the arbitrage. Done. Yeah, but of course it's easier than it sounds because I'm in business for many, many years. I have strong connection right now, right? But to me, that's the best. I mean, if someone needs a service, someone have a service, you broke them together. Ta-da.
Most people expect this to be like free. Like let's say if I recommend my friend to a certain service, they will expect this recommendation to be free though.
Yeah, they do. They do expect it to be free. Yeah. As you can see, guys, many ways to look at this. But for us, I think realistically to have multiple source of income, very subjective, iffy statement. You know, yeah, rather you focus on your growth, focus on that additional source, and don't be sold by this fantasy of like doing nothing and making money, right? And then we explore about drop shipping, bright side of it and the downside of it as well, and many other different source of income. I think at the end of the day, growth still matters. What's your final parting words for them when it comes to multiple source of income, guys?
I think when something sounds too good to be true, it obviously is. There's added work into it. You just understand that if you want sustainable growth, there's no easy way, but once you get it right, it is very rewarding. So if you want to have multiple sources of income, do explore this. And I explored it myself, and it was very rewarding. So I hope we've given you, kind of tutored you in the right direction, and I hope you make a lot of money.
And I personally like the idea of having multiple source of income, but maybe not say like multiple having like 5-10 sources, but maybe like on top of your day job, you have 1 or 2 more additional source of income. I think that would be a good addition to your, a monthly income so that you can save more money and invest more.
Yeah. To me, it's about understanding, are you building a passive business over time or are you really having a side hustle income? Because it's a very different focus.
Yep.
One cashed in immediately, pick up a skill, learn something, make some money, throw into investment. The other one's like maybe building a YouTube channel, building a business. It has to
takes
take
more effort
time, right? And
Yep.
it's not just 3-step catching and money comes in, right? You have to be very practical about it, right? So on that note, hope you guys love it. Share your comments. What kind of income you guys are making? If you guys have any passive income opportunity, right? Just share, like what do you do like at the site? And of course, prevent yourself from fake cafe money comments as well.
Yep.
It happens every other day
Yes.
in our session, right?
Comment below and we do reply. I reply very often.
And see you guys in the next episode. Bye.